Bonjour encore, mes amis and mes passionnés du vin. Which I'm like 99% certain is French for wine aficionado, but that might be like too literal a translation. Anyway, welcome back to NerdVine. We're still in the cabin. Sweater is nearby just in case. Heat is off, and now we are journeying to the beautiful Rhône, both of the valley of and the coast of. So this region is not only known for its rich winemaking history and a pretty unique collection of wines, but it's also where I really and truly fell in love with wine. I know I keep making these vague references to my wine history, and I really will do like an off-schedule video on that if people are interested. But suffice to say, Rhône has a very dear place in my heart, and all of the memories I have from that trip always make me smile a little. Enough about me, let's talk about grape juice. So first off, let's discuss the Rhône itself. Nestled in southeast France, the region is divided into two distinct areas, the northern Rhône and the southern Rhône. Each one has its own set of terroirs and grape varieties, but let's meet the star varietals of the Rhône Valley. So much like Bordeaux had Cab and Merlot taking its center stage, Rhône features two prominent grapes. So in the north, you'll find Syrah, giving bold, spicy, and structured vibes to wines like Hermitage and Côte Rôtie. And meanwhile, in the south, Grenache actually reigns supreme. I can't think of any offhand, but it's very lush and fruity. As we discussed last time in the Bordeaux video, blending wine is very much an art, and it is crazy how the smallest percentage can shift the entire wine. So if you didn't read the article from last time, please go check that out. It's super amazing. So blends reign supreme in Rhône as well. In the north, the aforementioned Syrah often shares its spotlight with Viognier, which adds like this delicate floral touch to the wines. And then in the south, sometimes Grenache will team up with Syrah, like Hey Neighbor, Mourvèdre, and a handful of others to create, I think, the somewhat famous GSM blends, which is Grenache, Syrah, Mourvèdre, known for complexity and layers of flavor. If you've never had a GSM, I highly recommend them. They're big and bold and beautiful, and everything I loved about the first Châteauneuf-du-Pape that I had. The big boldness is definitely one of the things that sets Rhône apart from Bordeaux. So when you're thinking about Bordeaux wines, you're typically looking at a lot of elegance, structure, maybe even slightly restrained. Not a bad thing, just different. And then another primary difference can be found in the berry expressions. So rather than getting the black cherry, black currant, plum notes, we're looking more at raspberry and blackberry. I don't know, that sounded weird somehow. And then instead of like the cedar, charcoal, maybe some violet in the Bordeaux, you'll get more of baking spices, cinnamon, even rosemary, and then maybe a little lavender in your Côte du Rhône. Another thing actually that really made me laugh, so I just made a new friend and we were talking about wine, and he was like, I like the bottles that go like this, not the bottles that go like this. And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But I grabbed the Bordeaux bottle from last time for this video, and he's not wrong. So I think he doesn't like Bordeaux's, because your Rhône bottles will normally come in this more gently sloped bottle, and your Bordeaux's will normally come in like a very standard wine bottle. So now I feel like I have to try to figure out why the difference in the shape. It just made me laugh. So that's another difference you can look for if you're like, oh, these French wines look the same. A lot of times your Rhône wines come in these more gently sloping bottles, and the Bordeaux's look like a lot of other wines. I don't know, very funny to me. Okay, so what am I drinking today? This Igigal Côte du Rhône, according to a guy on Vivino, is 50% Syrah, 40% Grenache, and 10% Mourvèdre, so like an SGM? So so in all of my studying, I have found that Australia calls them by percentage. So GSM needs to be more Grenache than the other, or more Grenache, then Syrah, then Mourvèdre. With France, I think this is still a GSM, even though it has more Syrah. Anyway, that same guy also said, great value, tasting well now, and that was in 2021, and it's 2023, so we'll find out. The cork, I love the cork, right? It has this cool chateau on it. It is not focusing for some reason, but it does. I'm not sure, so like, I'm trying. I know I'm once again starting sentences without finishing them. When I first poured it, I poured this one ahead of time, learning kind of from my mistake in the Bordeaux video, and I almost got like some Brettanomyces, which I don't think we've covered, but it's a little bit of a barnyard smell. I'm not getting that as much now, so I'm hoping it kind of blew off as the wine was going. Yeah, it smells much better now, so thank goodness. Okay, so we're thinking berries and spicy, and I'm excited. I really hope this wine didn't go bad. It did not go bad. All right, so remember in the Bordeaux video I said very smooth? It was, so is this. But this is so much bolder that I almost feel like maybe I'm using the adjectives incorrectly. I think the last one was very well integrated and refined, and this one is very well integrated and wants to go in a glitter bomb bath and then go rave it up at the club. This is bold, and I am a huge fan. So significantly more fruit. But definitely not sweet. We are looking at a 14.5 ABV. And just for giggles, because I forgot to mention it last time, Bordeaux was a 14. This is amazing. I mean, if you took a bunch of raspberries and you mushed them together with cinnamon and nutmeg, roll with me here. And then fermented them a little, I think it would be this wine. This is really nice, and I'm pretty sure this was like maybe $8. So I'm very, very pleased with this. If you happen to see a 2017 Igual Côte du Rhône, I would 100% recommend this. This is nice and easy drinking. I'm gonna have trouble not finishing this bottle tonight, but I, can't because I have things to do in the morning. Yes, solid choice. So I hope this answered a few of your questions about Rhône without me getting too far off topic. I will learn to have an attention span someday, maybe. Like and subscribe. Again, it's to grow the community. I really just want to grow a community of people who love other people and love wine. So I hope you enjoy your Rhône adventures. I hope you go out and you find some other Rhônes that you love. Honestly, I hope you get a chance to go to Châteauneuf-du-Pape because it's a truly magical experience. And I hope I'll see you next time for, I don't remember what we're going to cover, so it's a surprise for both of us. All right, cheers.